Broke my timer, so we're doing 5-minute Fridays this way. Boom. Wait. Oh, there it is. All right, it's on. Okay. Today's question. Welcome to 5-minute Fridays. Sorry. These are questions about player development that I'm answering in 5 minutes with no editing. If you don't know what player development is, it is the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programming and initiatives. And today's question is, how do you practice self-care in such a demanding profession? This is a good question. If anybody has listened to the Player Development Pod and listened to me interview people in the role, matter of fact, check this playlist out here to see some of those interviews. I always end our conversation with, how do you take care of yourself? Or it's one of the questions I ask. You take care of so many people. How do you take care of yourself? This is a question I ask them because I need to know. Because honestly, I sucked at self-care when I first got in the role. I was trash at it. I didn't do a great job at it. I just kept going, and I burned out. It was bad. Now, what I started to do was, as I got to different places, sorry, my kids are running all upstairs. I was trying to check and see if you could hear it or not. As I got to different places, I started to take better care of myself. And let me close this door because, like I said, they are going crazy. I started to take better care of myself. And so one thing for me was I had got a counselor. And so the counselor really helped me walk through some things big time. Because one thing I realized after being in a role, there's a lot that the players, coaches, and others, they left a lot on me. They would come in my room and leave a lot. And what I would do is I would go eat snacks. 100 calorie this, 100 calorie this. Well, if I talk to people 7 times, 7 snacks at 100 calories is 700 calories I added to my, eating habits or my eating, whatever you want to call it for a day. So I ended up starting to gain weight. And so I was like, ooh, I need to figure this out. And so I started meeting with a counselor. I started reading. I started going for walks. I had to legit just shut it down. And it was tough because you want to be there for the players. But one thing that really helped me was I said, you know what? I'm not going to go back and spend time on something I helped the player with already. And what I mean by that is, if I have already talked to a player once or twice about the relationships that they bring in their life, and we gave them all the skills about relationships, then the emergency that they have about relationships is not an emergency, because at this point you already know what to do. You have decided and made a choice that you still want to walk in that way. So you're going to deal with consequences, and tomorrow morning we will talk about it. Is your life good? Okay, cool. If your life's not online, that's different, right? Or if your life is in danger, that's different. But if it's not, we'll talk about this tomorrow. And that helped me big time because the player saw like, hey, he's going to go spend time for himself or spend time with his family. Same thing with coaches. I'm not going to talk because coaches will come in and lay it all on you too. Coach, if it's the same thing that we talked about last time, maybe this is something with you. Maybe it's the way you communicate with your players. Maybe you need to become a better teacher. If you're always talking about them not getting it, maybe it's something else. So what I had to do was drop the aspect of me catching everything and being there for everybody. Because if you're there for everybody, you can't be there for yourself. It's the old adage, if you're on the plane, if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't take care of the next person. So my advice would be to get a counselor, to spend time by yourself. Reading was good for me. Walking, prayer for me, or meditation for others, and then doing something you like. I heard this from Darian Harris. He talked about he liked movies, so he would always go and see movies. For me, I had to figure out what I liked. I like going to the art museum on campus, or I like just jumping in a go-kart with one of the stadium, campus tour people, just to hear them talk about the campus, whatever it was, or going to a different sporting event. That's what I did to help with my self-care. Now, like I said, I was not great at it. You can listen to other people talk about it, but do whatever's best for you and your care. What matters, what cares to you the most, that's what you should put into your self-care routine. Now, this time is winding down. If you have enjoyed these questions, if you enjoyed what I'm sharing here with you, you will definitely enjoy the 100 tips of player development, which you can find in the show notes. Also, if you're looking to learn about player development, create a plan, I have a workshop coming up. That link is in the show notes as well. And if you want to ask a question to get an answer, that is in the show notes as well. I forgot that on the last video. So a lot of stuff in the show notes. Check it out. Thank you so much for being here. Please take care of yourselves, because nobody's going to take care of you. When I got fired at 2 places, nobody was asking me like, hey, what are you going to do for your self-care? At the end of the day, they don't really care about you. I hate to say it like that. So take care of yourself. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today because you are needed in this space. There's the timer. Gotta go.